Hmm. The hard question. And as I'm walking to Burger King in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I would rather raise my kid and live in Saudi more than the United States because
State your name and where you're from.
David Henry from Texas, United States.
How long have you been living in Saudi Arabia?
Off and on for almost 3 years. I'm here for a month and then I'm at home in Texas for a month.
What was your perception of Saudi Arabia before you've moved here?
Well, listening to the Western media portrays Saudi and most of the Middle East in a negatively light. So I did my research and looked on expat forums, and you get a vast majority of different opinions from people, from bad to good to pleasant to not pleasant. So I really couldn't have a definite perception before I came here. I've heard stuff in the past that were negative, and I didn't know what to expect. So I'm about to cook now, and the film guys are fasting currently, and I do apologize. I won't eat until after 5:57 tonight, but I like to make it right now. Just get it out of the way. All right, that's done. Oh, yeah.
How did your view change when you moved here?
So my first night here, I was staying at a hotel in Khobar, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was hungry, and I didn't know where to get food, so I went down to the hotel lobby. They told me to go to Burger King, so I walked to Burger King, and as I'm walking to Burger King, in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm walking by apartments that people are standing outside, and I get asked if I want coffee by 3 or 4 different individuals. So my view changed almost immediately to what were these guys on these channels talking about, to this is probably one of the friendliest places I've ever been. I've never been asked that many times for coffee walking to a restaurant.
From your point of view, what are the pros and cons of living here in Saudi Arabia?
Okay, the pros to me about living here in Saudi Arabia is actually experiencing different culture, different foods, having the ability to meet different people. Some of the cons to me, of course, I have a 5-year-old son and I'm away from him when I'm in Saudi. The major con about Saudi to me is the driving. We got a shoulder, it's a lane, flashing the lights, you know. That's about the only con there is about Saudi. Everybody's friendly to you until you put them behind the wheel of a car, then they're trying to get out of the way, I gotta go somewhere.
So I guess you don't like driving here that much.
I love driving here now. So I drive like I'm in Saudi when I'm in the States, and it makes a lot of people upset. Right now we're at the John Walk in Khobar, right next to the Corniche Beach. Very beautiful. You know, when I leave Texas, people always tell me, hey, be safe in Saudi. Watch your back. You know, be safe. It's the main thing that people say. But when I'm here, honestly, I feel safer here than I do sitting in my living room of my house. I feel safer here walking down a dark alley than I do driving down the street at night in the state of Texas. This is Issa. This is the first Saudi that I really interacted with. Since we've met, he's became like a brother to me. He's a really good, great friend. And so I'm gonna open up a dialogue. I'm gonna let him ask me any question that he wants to ask me. And inshallah, I'll answer.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah, come on.
With all honesty, would you rather be or get married to an American girl or a Saudi girl? And why?
Get married to an American girl or a Saudi girl? So I am divorced from an American woman. I'll say it this way.
I have never experienced the type of love that I have experienced, emotional love, from people in Saudi, whether it's friendships or women. So if I do get married again, I would rather marry a Saudi woman.
Where would you rather live, here or the US, and why?
That's a hard question for me because I do have a 5-year-old son involved, so I can't say I would rather live here unless I could bring him with me. So let's go off of the premises of my son is with me. That's easier for me to answer this question. I would rather raise my kid and live in Saudi more than the United States, because people here they're more emotional, they're a lot nicer. I can let my son play in a park here, run around the Ajaan Walk if he wants to. I don't have to worry about it as much as I would as if I'm back at home in Texas. When I live a block from a park, I can't take my eyes off my son because I don't know what's going to happen to him. The situation in America right now for kids is tremendously wrong, and our politicians in the United States aren't doing anything to help the situation. Saudi, though, no taxes on your house but one time. Your paychecks aren't taxed. It just makes more sense. And you know, me living in the freest country in the world, I got to give them 40% of my paycheck, even when I'm not in the States.
What are the main things you do here for fun in Saudi Arabia?
I lift weights.
That's it?
I lift
Come
weights.
on. Come on, David. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 7. Come on.
Hey, that way.
Hey, that way, mother. Come on. 1, 2, 3, yep. Come on. 4. Come on. Come on. Aye.
What do you like about gyms here in Saudi Arabia?
Best gyms in the world. Disclaimer, everybody, I forgot to tell you about the best coach. Not just in Saudi, in the world. The globe. Abu Ali, Coach Hussein. It's lightweight.
You're Christian, right?
Yes.
What do you think of Islam as a religion?
The hard question. I love Islam. It's a very peaceful religion. Everybody that I know that's Islam is very peaceful to me. And I will tell you, I have more Muslim friends than I do Christian friends, mainly because I work here. But we are closer. I also believe that Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, was sent by God to deliver his messages. So my view on Islam is, I mean, we're brothers and sisters, and that's that.
والله مرحبا فيكم، معكم مرصاد العلي. طبعا خلصنا اول فيديو من سلسله نحكي فيها قصص عن ناس موجودين هنا، ناس اقابلهم احس ان عندهم قصه يبغون يحكونها، بسوي معاهم فيديوهات على شكل دوكيومنتري ستايل، فيها مقابله وفيها طلع وياهم في يومهم هنا في السعوديه. اليوم صورنا الفيديو مع ديفيد من امريكا من تكساس، وان شاء الله عجبكم الفيديو، جايتكم فيديوهات ان شاء الله جايه. ديفيد, any last thoughts?
Saudi is probably one of the best places I've ever been to. Always friendly, no matter where you are. Everybody's very humble and I got the most hospitality anywhere. Been all over the world almost, and this by far has been my best experience in another country that I've ever been to.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Like, subscribe, share. مع السلامة.